Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh. Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Racha HaKodash. I want to send double honor to the elders, apostles, and bishops at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and safety is to the hopeful Dokim out there doing this work throughout the four corners. Much love to the scattered elect and to the few sincere women that subscribe to the true doctrine. This is the brother you'll call a month with the Great Millstone Camp, the branch out here in Omaha, Nebraska. Coming back with another lesson, Lord willing, to feed and to edify the lost sheep of the nation of Israel through the Holy Spirit, Racha Kodash. And the Israelites consist of the so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans by the seed of your father, no matter what you may look like. And I want to get into this topic, something that was on my spirit. And I forgot what made me reference this like this, but the Underdogs are about to get the victory, right? And the Underdogs, speaking about the Israelites, man, right? We're the ones that are under the curses. So the audio cut out, but just getting back to it, man. Those curses that were put upon the nation of Israel is about to be put on these heathens, and what proves that is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, and verse 6 through 7. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh thy power will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord Yahweh thy power with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. And the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee." So this is what's going to happen once the kingdom of heaven is established. Okay, those curses that we're under, according to the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, those are about to be lifted. Okay, and we're going to no longer be the underdogs. Okay, as well as the book of, it's the book of, in the gospel, the book of Matthew, chapter 19, it looks like, in verse 30. It says, "But many that are first shall be last." And right now, who is the one that's running the world? Okay, under the guise of Ecclesiasticus, the 10th chapter and the 4th verse. Right. Also under the precept of Job 9 and 24. All right, as it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right. Now that Sirach 10, I mentioned that because it mentions how the Lord, let's actually just get it real quick since I've quoted it. Sirach 10 verse 4 says, "The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over one that is profitable," right? Which that one that is profitable is the Lord Yahweh Shai. But I really wanted to get that for the first portion, because this is how Esau Edom got his power. This is why he is first. This is why he has all that the heart could wish. Why he has no worries. This is why he looks, looks down on everybody, because he got, he has infinite wealth. Okay, you don't have to worry about a goddamn thing, right? It says that he's not in trouble as other men, so this is what makes him first. But it says that many that are first, back in Matthew 19 verse 30, "But many that are first shall be last." And who's the last? That's Jacob. The 12 tribes, the so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans. We are last. Okay, we're given less privileges to excel here in this kingdom. And if you do excel, you have to compromise yourself in some way or another, or you have to sacrifice someone close to you. All right, and we've seen that time and time again. Esau Edom can only hide so much information. Okay, but just to prove the point that Israel, we are the ones that are the first hired, last hired, first fired. Okay, we're the ones that are getting kicked out of this land. All right, with the southern tribes, with the northern tribes being Yasharahla, which are the so-called Mexicans. How ICE came down on them and started deporting a bunch of them. Also with the southern tribes, with Levi. Okay, how they were getting shipped off in these planes, getting dropped off in the water, bodies washing up on the earth. These are indicators that we are not a people desired. All right, we're not a people desired in this earth. We are looked at as the offspring and the problem of the earth, when really the problem is Esau Edom. Okay, and so we are the last. It says, and the last shall be first. All right? Because that last, the underdog, the Israelites, the poor of the earth, we are about to be the rulers of the earth. We're about to be the judges of the earth. All right? To put it more correctly. We're going to have dominion over humanity again. All right? And this is not what Esau Edom is banking on. This is why everywhere you look, there's GMO foods, or there's some type of vain law that he's putting out there. You know, and the major one is one that corrupted humanity and corrupted it really just a corruption period. But you know, the alphabet community, that corrupted a lot of things, man. You know, giving women, you know, especially the nigger woman, giving her authority to put her man out of the house and to be a so-called independent woman, as long as you got, you go get your OnlyFans, or sleep around with as many men as you want to until you got that bag, as they say. So things are totally corrupt here, but all this is about to be put away, man. Okay, and the underdogs are about to win. So it's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 19. It says, "Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out." And this is talking about Israel. Okay, now, who's the number one suspect on the list of Israel's afflictors? When you go into the book of Psalms 83 and verse 5, where it speaks about how they've consulted with one consent and they are confederate against us. Before it runs down that entire list, who's the number one at the top? Esau, Edom. So-called white man. The number one afflictor of the nation of Israel. Okay? All because he lost that birthright. And ever since then, he's been trying to get us back, man. All right? So, yeah, the Most High has a special type of ass whooping prepared for you. All the rest of these heathen nations, they're going to be dealt with as well. But none's going to be dealt with like Esau, Edom's going to be dealt with. Okay? After you served that 1,000 years of hardcore captivity, then, you're going to be put out of the earth, man, forever, to be lost, never to be known again. All right? You're going to be a thing of the past forever and ever, man. And the earth is going to be so much more peaceful when the underdogs are ruling. Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, it speaks about that, how these different nations, these heathen nations, are going to flow unto Israel for the commandments of the Lord. That's the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. When they're kept in their perfection, that makes the world peaceful. Okay, was that Proverbs 29 and 2? It says, for when the righteous rule, the people rejoice, but when the wicked rule, the people mourn. There's going to be no more mourning. Okay, for the nation of Israel and the kingdom of heaven. Right, and all the nations are going to be happy and satisfied with the state that they're in. All right, Esau Edom doesn't rule righteously, so this is why he has to be taken out. It appears that he's winning, and that's what the underdog is. One who is expected, not the underdog. The underdog is the one who is least expected to win. Right? I want to get that real quick. Let's see what see what Google says in the definition of an underdog. Right. And a definition of an underdog, according to the dictionary.com or Google, it says a competitor thought to have little chance of winning a fight or contest because we don't have any power. Okay, we don't have any true resources. We're not able to keep our law, statutes, and commandments fully. Okay. And this is exactly what we are. We're the underdog. One who to have little chance of winning a fight or a contest. We don't have a standing army. Esau Edom does. All right. And guess what? He's become very proud. That's why he said, what is that? Let's get that real quick in the book of Isaiah, the 47th chapter. Excuse me. Isaiah chapter 47. And where we at? Yeah, this is Isaiah 47 and verse 10. It says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Because the Most High is allowing you to, allowing Esau, Edom, to move forward with certain agendas, to the point where he feel like, okay, I'm gonna be successful when I try to establish this NWO agenda. Okay, which consists of what? Jake getting, or not just Jake, but the entire world being chipped. Okay, 15-minute cities, martial law, all these different things being enacted. He's gonna have Esau feeling like, man, can't nobody tell me nothing. Look how far we done came. But guess what? The Most High about to knock that sandwich out your hand, man. Was that Isaiah the 29th chapter? As one that sleepeth, and he eateth, and when he waketh up, he is faint. This is the Most High saying that you ain't gonna fulfill your enterprise, and you're about to be taken down, man. All right. Well, let's finish this. Go back to the Zephaniah. Kind of wavered off a little bit, but let's get back to it. Zephaniah 3:19. It says, "Behold, at that time, I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame." Right? We've been mocked in every land that we've been into. Okay? When you had that, they had something in theater, there was like, no Mockingjay, it was like the blackface. I forget, there's an exact term of theater that it was. But no, they would, paint their faces black and be dancing around, tap dancing. Just pretty much mocking Jake, man. For Thanksgiving, which is a holiday of slaughtering the Native Americans, is celebrated. All right, and that's great shame to know that there's a holiday that is celebrated right here, and Jake celebrates it damn near harder than Esau. But this is represented when one of the tribes of Israel, the Gadites and the Seminole Indians, were slaughtered, man. That's a mock. That's a shame. Okay, Jake walking around with the pants halfway off their ass. Women walking around with their everything out, man, and thinking that that's life, or thinking that's how you supposed to be carrying yourself. All right, your music is mocked. The way you walk and the way you talk is mocked. We're a big bucket of shame in every land that we're in. But the Most High is about to say what he said. What he's going to get us praise and fame in every land where we've been put to shame, because we're going to be put back in our right mind. All right, and this is what's going to make us the valiant men that we're supposed to be. Is we're going to be completely under the order of Yahweh Shema Shai. It says, at that time, I will bring you again, even in the time that I will gather you. For I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, said the Lord Yahweh. So we about to win, man. All right, and we get that victory. Nobody's going to be able to say shit. Okay, because this is all. Hey, Esau, you had your run. What is that? Lamentation says, rejoice and be glad, O Edom. Okay, let's get that. I'll probably end it off with that. There's a book of Lamentation, chapter 4, verse 21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked. And that cup is talking about that captivity, that slavery. That same cup that we weren't supposed to drink of, but we have surely drunken. Yeah. Esau's about to drink of that cup. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no longer, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So yeah, you about to lose big time, buddy. And and we see this kingdom is ready for the taking, man. Okay, as you see the prophecies of Yahweh Shema Shai blossoming. All right. So this is how we know things are about to take a turn for the best for us, man. And we're not going to be on the losing side anymore. All right. So with that being said, I pray that was edifying, man. And I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Shai, Bashem Rachakodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles and bishops at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and safety is to the hopeful elect Akim out there. Shalom.